Follow the light. The light is your guide.
I'm controller of Planet X.
3-3.
And I've invited you here to discuss something that's very important.
King Ghidorah, take me to your leader. Quick to claim that he not no snake like me neither.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, finally back on the scene. Mortal Kombat 11, and I'm here to bring you a brand new video, this one fully dedicated to Raiden Variation number 3. So what is Raiden Variation number 3? It is the one known as Truth and Light, and it consists of two key special moves, and that is Joe Push and the Lightning Rod. So this guide is going to cover everything from strategy to basic bread and butter combos, to understanding how to set up the Joe Push and how to use the Lightning Rod, and everything in between. Anti-airs, tactics, overall ideas on how to be a better Raiden player. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a core understanding on how to be a solid Truth and Light Raiden player. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the first special move, which is Joe Push. Okay, so the first special move, Joe Push. Right there, back forward 3. So what do you gain and what do you lose from Truth and Light from the get-go? Okay, so Joe Push replaces the Superman Fly. So is that really bad considering now you no longer have the Superman Fly? It's, at first it takes a little while to get used to, but after a while it's not really that bad. Superman Fly is a great move. It has great corner carry, takes you all the way to the corner. It does nice damage, and all of that. It's great, but in my opinion, I actually prefer the Joe Push now. Now, why is that? Joe Push is punishable, and it seems kind of slow, right? Yes, but the power of Joe Push is that it has tremendous range. Not only does it have tremendous range, but it flies out like a projectile, so you're safe from a distance. And the thing is, it doesn't count as projectile damage, it counts as physical damage. So the beauty of this is that if you're fighting somebody like, let's say, Jade or Nightwolf, people that have anti-zoning abilities, it doesn't matter, they could fire them out, they're still going to get tagged by this. So you got to keep the opponent guessing, keep them honest, by throwing this out there from a distance. So again, Joe Push, huge distance. Again, look, perfect sweep distance right there. Boom. How far does it reach? What's the max reach? Right about right there. If I get a little closer, right there. It's connecting. So if I'm a big distance, full connection. Boom, boom. So that's what happens if I amplify. What happens if I amplify again? Just go ahead and turn on the meter here. The gauge field behavior refill. Okay, so again, amplified. So it is a combo starter. One more time. So is it safe when you combo start? No. It's not safe in the standard. It's not safe when you combo juggle. So either way, it's not going to be safe. But it's a great move because it has tremendous range. And one of the key things you want to do as a Raiden player, just in general, just becoming the best Raiden player possible, is that you want to master the mid-range. Raiden's best strengths have never been up close, and he's not the best zoner either. But what he does have is huge reach with a lot of his attacks. So you get an idea here at the humongous reach he has. He can cover the distance real fast. He has a lot of in and out attacks. So up close, again, he's not as fast as somebody like Liu Kang, somebody like Johnny Cage, Jackie. He can't beat them in sheer speed. What he does have is huge range. So again, in and out power. Master the neutral. And the reason I like this move is because it complements that really, really well. You can stay safely at a distance and fire this out. And is it punishable again? Yes, it is punishable. We go over here and check out the move. Right over here. Got lightning strike, Joe Push right here. So Joe Push back forward 3. Has a 20 frame startup. And here's the amplify. But again, the beauty of it is the range. So look at this, even further than the forward 1. Forward 1 is not connecting here. Forward 1 doesn't reach. Joe push does. So it's huge range. Again, most moves, mostly the enemy's moves, are not going to be able to reach you at this distance. So there may be a few characters that can, but it's going to be very few, and they're not going to be able to really punish from this distance. But see, you can. So if you make them whiff, again, does nice little damage, and as a combo starter, again. So when you combo start with Joe push, generally speaking, you're gonna have two options. It's gonna be, you're gonna top it off with either the down back 2, which is the highest damage output, or you're gonna top it off with another Joe push. So generally speaking, another Joe push is gonna do less damage, but every now and then I use it to mix things up. And it serves a purpose with spacing and timing. So again, the location it leaves the opponent at, it's kind of perfect for just that right spacing I want to have as a Raiden player. So sometimes I want to be there at that distance. Keep them there at a distance. And then connect with the lightning rod. And we'll go into lightning rod a little further in a little while. Bread and butter combo right here. So it's a back 1-2, then a forward 4, and a down back 2. Sometimes you may have to do a short little dash. So I do recommend learning how to throw a short little dash in there, just to get that little bit of extra reach. So most of the time you won't have to do that. Just something to keep in mind. Again, nice damage there. Again. There you go. So, again, then with the Joe push, right there. So the spacing, you know, I use the Joe push sometimes to end it because I like the spacing it leaves. I like keeping my opponent at this distance. Then catch him guessing, come forward. Come through again, punish. Plant the rod safely. Attack. And again, we'll get to the rod, you know, the combination of the rod a little later. But again, notice the distance. Notice where the sweep leaves Raiden at. Right where that sweep hits, perfect distance. Again. Perfect distance. Look at that distance. Beautiful. Bam. Distance. Again. Distance. Bam. Right? So your bread and butter is always going to be throw the forward 4 and then the down back 2 to top it off. That being said, on certain occasions, if you catch your opponent jumping in, and that's part of the strategy of Joe push, you want to catch them jumping as well, because it's a great projectile weapon, but it's physical damage. So again, look how tall the staff is. So it's going to be real hard for them to jump out of it. Most of the time, they're gonna take a risk. They're gonna take a risk if they try to jump through it. They could, if they're frame perfect, they could jump over it. But generally speaking, they're gonna have trouble jumping over this. And if you catch them in the air, full combo punish. Let me show you right here. So let's go ahead and make them just jump forward. There we go. Standing, jump forward, right? Right. Okay. Pushing back a little bit. Okay. So, boom, 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 boom. Again. So if you notice, when he's caught jumping in, the height is a little different. So this matters because it allows you to do a better combo, higher damage. Falling off a little bit. A little rusty. Boom, boom, right there. So normally I wouldn't recommend you use forward 2 to top off the combo. So normally forward 2 and then 1, 2 and then down back 2. I wouldn't recommend that unless the opponent is caught in the air. When they're caught in the air, they get juggled higher, then you can get away with it. Because normally if they're on the ground, There's simply not enough time to throw the 1-2. You're better off just doing forward 4 and then down back 2. Boom, right there. Right there. Jump in. Boom, boom. Amplified, 27%. Alright. So jumping in again. Boom, boom. Boom. Try to jump in. Right there. Beautiful. Okay, here we go. Jumping in. Look at that distance. Look at the distance. So Raiden is safe from way back here, and it can still amplify. See? Again, distance. So you can lure him in. Again, distance. See that? His ability to control the neutral at a long distance. Boom. Boom, boom. So this helps against characters that love jumping in and out, right? So keep that in mind. That's a really strong ability for Raiden to be able to control that right there and keep that, threaten them with that constantly to let them know they're not safe. They jump from back there. Of course, just keep in mind that if you're trying to do this up close, it is very punishable. So don't try to just fling it out. Do not spam this move. Like, just in general, Raiden's not a character you could really spam because he doesn't have the fastest strings. So you have to understand. You gotta know when and where to throw these out. So again, it's punishable. So don't throw it out just like that. Just you could throw it out from time to time up close if you're keep your opponent guessing, make them think about other things, and then you can throw this out. So. But it is punishable. See that? How long it takes me to block. See that? See that? It takes a while to block. Right. See? So, if I try to throw this up close, I'm gonna get full combo punish. So, something to keep in mind. So, boom, boom. It takes a while to block right here. Long recovery. So again, that's the downside of this move. Downside of Joe push. And I think one of the reasons people misunderstand this move is that they try to fling it out. They try to fling it out just randomly, and then, you know, they expect to not get punished, and they're just like, oh well, this move is slow. Why would I want to replace Superman Fly with this one? You know, what's the point? It's because of the huge range. Again, boom, just huge range right here. Boom, safe range. You just gotta know when to throw it out. Again, I come in right here, threaten. Come in right here, forward 1. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. It's very nice coverage. Not only horizontal, but vertical, because it's a very tall staff. It'll catch your opponent jumping most of the time. If you catch him jumping, full combo punish. And you have great distance. So, keep that in mind. Use that distance to your advantage. Keep the pressure from mid-range. Learn to always go in and out with Raiden. In and out. Attacks. In and out. Use footwork. Right? So in and out. Just get just close enough, make them think they're going to attack, then back up again. Right? He always has great range from his movements. Look at that. The reach of his back 1-2. Is down 4. The forward 1. All of these tools are great. They're all great tools once you learn how to really pressure them. Make them guess. Throw the staff out. Again, you're safe most of the time back here. Throwing the staff out right here is a little more dangerous because the character can kind of follow up. Right here at this range, you're fairly safe. Unless the opponent has an incredibly fast attack, they're not going to be able to reach most of the time. So again, tremendous range. That's the key here for Joe push. Okay? Just do not use it up close. Only every now and then to keep your opponent guessing. Because the beauty is, if you notice, it's pretty difficult to guess, for the opponent to guess when you're amplifying and when you're not. Because the animation doesn't really change much. Right there, this is standard, 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 amplify. Okay. So again, standard, 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 amplify. Right there. Standard, boom, boom. Oops, excuse me, boom, boom, amplify. So boom, boom, standard, boom, Boom, boom. Amplified. See? So again, they're gonna have to pretty much guess if you're amplifying or not. And again, use it. Learn to not spam it, because if you do it too often, they're gonna read you. They're gonna full punish. So again, if you do this right here up close, that's full combo punish. So end up eating a 30% right there, 30+%. So do not use it just randomly. Like, do not use it like crazy. Just learn to pressure from time to time. Back up a little bit. Range, and then use that range again. Boom. Make them guess. Throw this. Act like you can't reach them. You know, lure them in to want to attack. And throw it out. Look at that range. Tremendous range. That's the beauty of it. They have range. Boom, boom. And it has better distance. And it's safer than Superman Fly when you throw it out like this. You just fling this out. And you can punish an opponent without risk of you getting caught by a fast-moving combo string. That's a general idea for Joe Push. Now onto the second move. And this move would be the Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod is a pretty complex move at first. You gotta understand a couple of core basic concepts, and then you'll realize it's a really fun move. It's a really fun move to use once you really get the idea. So let's go over Lightning Rod. And how to set a Lightning Rod is a setup attack. When it just plants on its own, it doesn't really do much. So if you see it just up close like that, you're like, well, what the heck is this? And why would I even want to plant this? It's like, it just seems like a cheap staff move. But Lightning Rod has a lot of abilities. So first off, this is the standard non-amplified Lightning Rod. This is the amplified Lightning Rod. And if you press down, down, circle, you can retrieve the Lightning Rod anytime. So right here, I'm not teabagging, I'm just doing the down, down, circle. So right there. So I can come up, boom, still get it back, boom, boom. So again, Lightning Rod plant. Amplified. Okay, amplified again. Okay. So I'm going to allow him to not block here. So show you some of the damage it does. The capabilities of Lightning Rod is, it varies a lot with the damage depending on what position he's at, where you plant it, and what lightning move you do. So the Lightning Rod has a direct relationship with the standard horizontal lightning shot and then the vertical lightning shot. So the Lightning Rod. Okay. When I plant it from far away, it doesn't do any damage on its own. And it stays there for about, let's say, 3 seconds, right? So it's about 1, 2, 3. Yeah, about 3 seconds. Alright, so if you check it here in the move list, you're going to see that it has various little messages here, because you could plant it in 3 different directions. So, down back circle, which is down back 4. Notice that it says we'll redirect lightning bolt if square or 1 is held, and then we'll redirect lightning strike if triangle or 2 is held. So that's a key thing here. There's the down circle for recalling. There's the close lightning rod. There's the far lightning rod. And I'll show you here. So you can plant it up close, middle, or far away. So it's similar to the directions of this one, where you could control it. Okay? And it has a direct relationship to the lightning. So here's what I mean. When you see me planted here, you're going to notice that if I hold down the 1 button, when I shoot the lightning out, normally it shoots out like this. If I hold down the button, so again, planting, hold down the button. Planting, hold down the button. See that? If I let go of the button, it just shoots out like normal. Okay, so why does that matter? Because if I have it here, you notice that? Look at the damage. It was 104 instead of the standard 70. So why was it more damage? Because it reflects on the staff. It's a double hit, you see? So the closer my enemy is to the staff, if he's closer to the middle, to the back, it's going to vary in damage. Let's plant there. Boom. See that? It's a double hit. What happens if I amplify the shot? 151 damage. Again. See, notice the damage changed if the staff is in front of him, because only 2 shots hit him. But it reflects multiple shots whenever I amplify. So again, amplify. 160. So 160 damage with just by planting the staff right in the middle where he's at. 151 again. 160. So again, a sizable chunk of damage just for having the staff there, shooting the lightning out. What happens if I shoot the lightning storm? Again, if I shoot lightning storm without holding the button down, it's just gonna fly like normal wherever I point to, whether I point close, far away, or the middle. If I hold the button down, now it reflects. Again, see? So this is the key part that people, that seems like everybody that I've seen on YouTube on MK11 just seem to misunderstand. The lightning follows the rod, if you want it to. You always have the choice whether hold the button down or just not hold it down. Just throw lightning. Just throw regular. Again, hold it down, not holding it down. Okay, hold it down, not holding it down. Whoop, right there. Hold it down right there, not holding it down. There you go. So it does bonus damage because it reflects multiple shots. So you're turning basically one lightning shot into a double shot, and if you amplify it, you're literally turning into a triple or quadruple shot. So if I amplify this right in the middle, 181 damage. You see that? Again, standard shot, 88 damage. If I don't amplify anything, remember, I just shoot this out, 117, which is nice, but not 181. Again, right here, 181. Why? Because he's right in the middle where the staff is at. 167. See, so the position, 181. So if I put it closer here, see, it's going to do a lot less. Because the lightning's reflecting, he's only getting hit by like 2 hits that are reflecting, but not the first 2 hits. I've planted here in the middle, excuse me there, right there. Oops. Right in the middle right there. And then push him here. 167. Sizable chunk again. 167. Again. Sizable damage because it shoots multiple shots again. See that? 157. So it depends on where the positioning is. If it's further away from him, it's only going to reflect a little bit. Same thing if I put the staff far away with a horizontal shot. It's going to hit from behind. So see if I shoot it here. Boom, boom. 129 because he's getting a double and triple shot. Again. So it hits him from the front and the back. If I put it in the front of him though, it's not going to hit him much. Because it's only going to reflect off the staff that's closest to me. But not close enough to him. It's going to do very little damage, see? But I put it right in the middle and throw that out. All of a sudden it's 151 damage. What happens if I throw a strike, like a forward 2, and then throw the damage? You're looking at over 200 damage. 222.5. Just off that. Again. 222. Boom. Boom. See, if I just throw this out without throwing the staff out there, I do 193. Again. 193. With the staff, because the bonus reflected damage. See what I'm saying? Again, I plant the staff here, show the vertical lightning. 167, a nice chunk of damage. And it staggers them from that multiple hit. If they let go, if they try to block real quick and let go, they're gonna get hit by multiple hits. Same thing with this. If I plant this here, let's see, let's plant it a little further out behind him. And then bam, boom. Multiple hits. So if he lets go block too quickly, he's gonna get caught by the multiple hits. Again, right here. Multiple hits. Front and back. What happens if he's neutral ducking? I'll show you right here real quick. Movement mode, standing and duck. So let's say, yeah, normal lightning. Can't catch him. He's gonna neutral duck to avoid any chip damage. But, guess what? Excuse me, not that one, but horizontal, still gonna catch him. So you cannot neutral duck your hit. If you have your staff planted here, he's gonna be forced to block. He will have to block. Again, right here. Staff not there for too long. Remember, it's only gonna be there for about 3 seconds. And then shorter if you retrieve it. But, right there. Again. He's still gonna get caught by it. See? Again. Obviously, the staff has to be near him, though. If I put the staff nearby myself, it's not even going to reach him. If I hold the button down. I could play mind games here and still throw the lightning out like normal. See? I can still throw this out like normal. I don't have to hold the button down. But if I do hold the button down, it's going to follow the staff. Again, place it farther away. Boom. He thinks he's safe because he's neutral ducking. Oh, excuse me there. I'll plant it farther away. Right there next to him. Boom, boom. He's still going to get hit. Again. Boom. See that? So it follows the staff. Again. Thinks he's safe. Boom. See, they hit. Plant the staff again. Thinks he's safe. Boom. What happens if he's jumping straight up? Like, let's say he's trying to do a neutral jump. Or jumping forward. Then he's in for a rude awakening as well. Because it's still going to reflect and bounce off and hit him multiple times in the air. Especially if I amplify. So, let's go for the hop here. Nah, no hop. Let's go for a full jump, right? Yeah, so it's full jump. And I plant the staff here, right? Boom. So again, boom, boom, boom. 186 damage. So I got him multiple times. Boom, boom. Again. Boom, boom, boom. Again, jumping in. Major damage. Again. Thinks he's gonna be safe, even if let's say if I back forward one, right? He just jumps over it, but with the staff, cannot escape it. So the staff gives you a lot of abilities. See, it makes the lightning just way stronger in general, and you'll be able to chip your opponent out a lot. Again, even if they block, they're gonna take multiple lightning shots, so it's gonna be extra chip damage. Boom, reflects. Again, planted here. Thinks he's safe. Boom. Reflect. Planted here. Safe. Yep. So let's say you have, let's let him jump forward. Because let's say you got like let's say I like using this against Kung Lao players, Cetrions, players that like to jump around a lot. Even to a certain extent, even someone like Jade, when she doesn't have her normal anti-projectile thing on. She's jumping in the air. Plant the staff. Boom. 186. Right there. Okay. Boom. Again. Go ahead, jump in. Put in rest to myself. Boom. 193 damage. Just for amplifying the regular lightning storm. Pushing back a little bit. Next to myself. Pushing back. Boom. 186. Plant again. He cannot escape it. He's gonna get caught. That's gonna throw him off. Planter here again. Go ahead and jump in. Boom, boom, boom. See that? And if I choose to, I could still play mind games and shoot the lightning like normal. In case he decides to jump further back, or in case my rod's way back there. We can still shoot the lightning wherever we want. So it's all about map control. This allows you more map control, basically. Boom. Panthers nearby. Boom, boom, boom. Right. Push back. Right next to me. Let him jump in. Right there. Caught. Right in the air. So again, 186 damage. Boom, boom. Just for one amplify. Right. Let's try again here. So then we'll back here. So again, right there. Jump in. Boom. Then I move back here, jump in. Right there. Hope you get the idea. That being said, there are some weaknesses to this move. And let me point these out real quick. Let me just put this back to normal standing. Okay. So now, one of the key things though that's a weakness for Lightning Rod is once you plant the staff, you cannot do any staff attacks. So you must be aware of this, you know, just keep in mind, you know, you won't be in the middle of a match and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, how come my 411 doesn't come out or nothing? And it's not that you're throwing a bad input, it's just that there's no staff attack while the staff is planted, right? See, if I try to 411 when the staff is planted, nothing, no dice. Not until it comes back out, see? So you could always bring it back sooner. But while the staff is planted, you cannot throw any staff attacks. That means no 411. that means no string of this one, which is the 3, 2, 1. You can't continue that string. If I plant the staff, it only allows this, see? It won't let me do the string until the staff comes back. So no staff related attacks while the staff is planted. Keep that in mind always. So just be aware of that. It's not a big deal, but just be aware of that in the middle of the match so you know. And obviously, I mean, most players that you're gonna face, they're gonna have no idea what you can and can't do with the staff. So, I mean, if you want to be a nice guy, of course, you can just let them know what the staff does and doesn't. But I'll leave that up to you guys. So now you're wondering, what does this do? So this has a totally different purpose. The bubble works like a stagger, kind of like a trap. So while the character is in the bubble, doesn't really do anything. Doesn't hurt their health. Doesn't do anything at all. But if they try to walk out of it, or if you pushed out of it, see that? Restand. If I throw this out, the right spacing, restand. Pressure. Now, does every hit restand? No. But it staggers. See? So if you knock them over, oops, excuse me, push them right here, boom, boom, bam. They're gonna get staggered. So the bubble works as a stagger whenever they try to walk out of it, or if they're outside of the circle, if they fall into it. See? So again, jump kick, boom, simple. So this allows you to play with a lot of setups here. So you jump and kick right here, boom. Super simple. Catch him with a jump kick. 228 just like that. Catch him with a jump kick. If you want to get real fancy, of course, boom, 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 boom. 2 bars. Again, boom. So again, if they're outside the circle, excuse me there, like this, boom. And combo string. They're inside. So obviously you're not always going to get them with a jump kick. They might be blocking, but if they do block, you can still pressure them because they're going to be afraid to be jumping out. Because while this is on, they can't neutral jump. They won't be able to jump up. They're going to get staggered if they do. They can't really walk forward. They could walk forward if they're brave enough. They might just take the damage, so it'll just stagger it out. But they're taking a big risk there. They could block it like as they're walking out. So if they try to walk out and then just like right when they're touching the edge of it, they could block. But in the middle of combat, I mean, most players aren't going to be able to react fast enough with that. But that being said, it can be blocked, so it's not unblockable. Just be aware that mainly you're scaring them into wanting to do react. So they're going to want to jump out, they're going to want to jump forward, move back. If they're smart, they're going to stay where they're at, and they're just going to throw projectiles. Because they can't really do much else while the circle is there. Unless they're willing to just take the hit. So this allows you freedom to again control the map, control the range. If you want to jump in on them, they won't really be able to follow up with a combo. If they catch you, for example, if I jump in on them and they catch me with a hit, with the anti-air, they're not going to be able to continue to hit the combo because they're going to get staggered out with the bubble. So even if I get tagged on the way on the jump, they're not going to be able to move forward because they're going to get staggered. Unless the bubble completes or concludes right before they finish their combo, but ideally you don't want that to happen. So you already know that's going to be around 3 seconds that's going to be there. Or if I bring it out sooner, of course, right? So there's a lot of stuff you can play with like this. See? Boom. So a nice little swaggy setup. Boom. Forward 2. Nice damage. 286. Jump in again. Boom. Boom. 2 bars. 324. Again. Boom. Now, there may be a slight possibility that you can do the 243 to end it, but I really don't recommend that because that's extremely inconsistent when it comes to this. When it comes to following the bubble stagger. So usually my best bet is I just stick to something simple. See? Jump in. Simple and consistent. You don't want to drop a combo in the middle of a high stakes match. So jump in, jump kick, forward 2, back 1 2, Down back to. Jump in again. Or you can just keep it real simple. Jump in. Forward 4. Right there. Still does 259. If you want to spend 2 bars also, you could also throw this. This is a little trickier, but you can, you're going to do this while the bubble is there. So that's 1 bar there. Then throw this. Boom, boom, boom. Nice damage. So it does 38%. So 382. Boom, 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 boom. 360. So it is a little trickier to land that one. There it is again. 38%. But now take note of the damage difference if I try to forward 4 and do the exact same string. If I try to forward 4 with it, 27%. So it's a sizable difference for whatever reason. I don't know if this was just accidental by NetherRealm or if it's intentional because 4-4 is a mid, so it's safer to jump in with 4-4. Yeah. So when you land this, okay, note the damage here. The exact same combo at 36%, 360 damage. If I jump in with 4-4 with it, oops, my apologies. There's that one there. 27%, 277. So 27 compared to like 36. It's a sizable difference. So again, if I forward 2, does optimal damage for whatever reason. So keep that in mind when you're rushing if you want to do this in the middle of combat. And keep in mind, of course, this is going to be situational because this is going to be only if you successfully land the first hit coming in, and then you'll be able to stagger them. You know, obviously if they block, they won't be able to get hit by the rest. So your mileage may vary. But even if they block all this, this is going to be sizable chip damage. So it's a nice little, it's a nice string to know. And landing online is always super fun, super satisfying. So again, boom, boom, boom. Right. On the jump kick, boom. Same concept. Right. And you could always re-stagger them. Again, right here, pushing back, restand, boom. And then come in, follow through with a bigger combo. Again, hit the restand. Oh, whoops. Hit the restand. Right there. So again, if the circle's too far, you can still pressure them. So if they're outside or inside, okay. Again, you want to go fancy, right there. Oops, right here on the outside. 2 bars, 29%. I personally like the back 1-2 on this one because it gives me nice spacing and it keeps me moving. So a moving target is always harder to hit. So right here, boom, bam, bam. And it just spaces you off perfectly, you know? You come in, bam, bounce. Nice little 24%. Of course, you could do the 2-4-3 here as well if you want. That's optimal damage. But it's a little trickier to land it because, you know, you might whiff depending on the hitbox of the opponent. So, just something to keep in mind. Right? So again, with the circle, you have many options. Boom. A lot of times they'll just be worried about the circle as a whole. They won't know what the circle does. A lot of opponents have no idea how this circle even works. So use that to your advantage. When you got them trapped, they're going to be scared. They're going to want to block. Just keep them pressured. Again. See that? Yep. So again. Yep. There you go. Alright. So they're outside the circle. Boom, 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 boom. Again. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, one more time. Boom, boom. They'll be bouncing all over the place. Bam, bam. Even if they block, you're getting nice chip damage out of it. And you're trapping them here too. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll be afraid to react even if you're jumping in on them because they know they're going to get staggered out. So you'll be able to get a free jump in while you have this. Jump in, bam, bam. Right? And notice how you got staggered on the back too as well. If you want to do a little swaggy little setup, there's a cool little combo you can do in the corner with that. It is very difficult to land though on the fly because the bubble has to be placed perfectly. But if you space the bubble perfectly, you'll be able to land that crushing blow twice in a row on a full string. So yeah, that move, the back two in the corner with the bubble in between, it's more of a situational thing. And again, don't go around looking for it really. It's more of just, if the placement is luckily like in the perfect position, it's a nice thing to have, see? And then, you know, you get your crushing blow. But don't rely on that one too much because it's way too difficult to land, you know, as if you're planning on it. It's more of just, you know, situational. So mainly the biggest strength of the bubble is that you trap your opponent. And they're forced to make a decision on whether they just block and take chip damage, or if they're going to go ahead and just jump and get staggered. You know, and very few of them will decide to finally just throw projectiles, and a lot of them get tempted to jump out and to run out of there. So a lot of them don't even know what it does, so take advantage of that knowledge. So, what if you have a character like say a teleporting character? Because there are some characters that can teleport out of the bubble, even if they're already inside of it. So for example, like Raiden. What if you have a Raiden Thunderwave player and he teleports, just disappears out of it? He won't get hit by the bubble, so you'll be left right there, and then you'll be left vulnerable for full combo punish if he teleports by you. Same with Raiden. Same with Scorpion. Scorpion gets a little bit of that armor when he does his teleport. So 9 times out of 10, he'll be able to safely teleport out of the bubble. So, let me show you an example on how you could use this, not just offensively, but defensively, by placing it on yourself. So, let's get Scorpion to do some teleports here. Right? So again. Okay, not that. Plant it on myself. Whoop. Boom. Get staggered out of it. Again. See? Get staggered out of it. Plant it on myself. He's gonna get hit. So it keeps you protected if he tries to just, you know, just YOLO teleport all over the place. Bam. Then you can punish. Again. Right? Let him know, hey, don't you ever do that again. You know? Boom. Even if I get caught by the hit, it's gonna go ahead and stagger him. Boom. Then I can follow up. So again, right here. So I don't want to plant it on him. See? If I plant it on him, I'm screwed. He's gonna teleport right out of it. Then I'm gonna be full combo punished. That's a big no-no. Again, see? So don't always plant it on your opponent. If you know you're facing somebody who teleports, plant it on yourself. Then you're safe. Again. Very important. So you can use this defensively and offensively. It's not just an offensive weapon. Right? Again, teleport. Boom. Again, he teleports. See that? Alright, again. Alright, punish him. Again. Alright. So, something to keep in mind. Against teleporting characters, say you're facing a teleporting Cetrion, you're facing a Raiden, teleports too often, Scarlet, you can plant this on them, and they're gonna get hit. Right? So it changes up the dynamic of the match. It changes up the game of the match. Because all of a sudden now they know, oh damn, I can't just teleport freely. And this allows you to just shoot projectiles out while you're safe in the bubble. See, because if I plan on him, I'm going to get caught. See? That little armor protects him. Every now and then the bubble will hit him, but you're better off just planning yourself. Put it defensively. You could use the bubble offense. Think of it as offense and defensively. That's why the bubble's so important. The staff rod, the lightning rod is so important. You could plant it as defense or offense. See? Again. Again. Right on myself. See? Jump in. Yep. There it is. Messes up his timing. Now he's caught up. Now you're on the offensive. Now you got pressure on him. Now he's going to think twice about teleporting also. Boom. See? So that's a good, important thing to know against Scorpion players, especially Scorpion. Works very well against Scorpion. Against Raiden players, against Cetrion. Any character that has a major teleport. Even Collector. Collector has his teleport. And if he teleports into it, when it's next to you, he's going to get staggered. So that's a very, very useful tool. And it's going to make them think twice about just teleporting all over the place. And we've all played those players that love teleporting everywhere. So, another way you can use it defensively is if a character is jumping in on you, and then they're going to get staggered. So, for example, if we have, let's say, here you go. Let's make them jump forward here, right? So, what do you have? Hop, jump forward, right? Alright, so let's put the bubble over here, right? Boom, stagger. See? Jump in, stagger. See? Jump in, stagger. Stagger. Right? Right. Stagger. Jump in, boom, stagger. So it keeps you protected. It lets you sort of gauge where they can and can't go. So it's something important to know. So again, the lightning rod, the staff plant has a ton of different uses. So whether you amplify or not amplify, whether you use if you amplify, you set up a trap. If you don't amplify, you could always use it for extra chip damage and for multiple shots. Of course, if you want to waste both bars, you could also just do both, of course. And you can make them stagger them out and literally make them get hit by like 4 shots. So, okay. So, it does cost a lot of meter though, of course, so don't recommend to do that all the time because you're going to be left meterless. But it's a nice thing if you want to just top off the match or leave that extra bit of damage when you need to, So again, plant, pressure, now you can't move, right there. Or, defensively, myself, boom, right there. He could try to teleport if he wants, he knows he's going to get caught. So, play mind games. Plant the staff next to me, pretend I'm going to shoot out, and then still shoot regular lightning. Or plant the staff far away, where you can't see it, still tag him. So there are many options here. Learn when to use it, when not to. Obviously, never use it when you're up close, this close like this. Unless you're already, you're sure you're going to get the combo string in. Because it does do a nice little mid damage to mid. But, again, don't just throw it out there by itself. Because it's super unsafe. So, do not just do this, Don't do that. That's way too risky. So, mix it in, Mix it in with a hit. Like that, something like that, Set them up. Boom, boom, boom. So mainly that's it. Once you have understanding of how to control where to place the staff, always put best positioning on the staff. The last part to look at is, let's showcase a little bit of anti-air for Raiden. What are the options he's got for anti-air? Okay, so let's go ahead and set this up here. Okay, so again, he's got a standing 1, of course, right? So get the standing 1. Bam. Standing 1, right? Just gotta time it right. Right? Standing 1 is a great tool he's got. Standing 2 kind of, but really you want to do standing 1. Standing 1 is the key here, so. Right? Standing 1, bam, bam, bam. Convert that. Nice little damage right there, right? Boom, boom, boom. Right? Boom. Right? Boom. Whoops, sorry about that. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Right? You can also do this. Boom, boom. Right? Boom. Right, again, boom. You could try using standing 4 as well. It's a little trickier though, but it does nice damage. Right? Launches him real high. Whoops. Yeah, see? 169. Amplified, 209. Nice little conversion, right? That one, of course. And for the long range, I like this one personally. The staff. So do not sleep on the range of 4-1 for anti-airs. Boom. Way out there, right? So again. Let them jump in. Boom. Right there. Easy conversion. Right? Of course, you could just go like this. Down back 2 is incredible for anti-airs, right? Keeps people like Cabal from jumping, right? You gotta do it on a nice read there. Comes in real fast. Of course, with this, bonus damage, right? So amplify it about 18%, right? Of course, Truth and Light also has the Joe push. Remember, from far away, Truth and Light, boom, still gets him. See that? Boom, huge distance. Boom. Could always do that, right? Nice little damage boost. Right? Of course. Right. Jump in. Right. Okay, so in conclusion, the key to Truth and Light, key fundamentals to remember: use your distance, use your staff, plant the staff constantly, put the pressure on them. Remember that you can use the staff for offense, or you can use the staff for your own defense to keep yourself safe when a character teleports in. So keep them on their toes, pressure them constantly, stay at that mid-range distance. Remember, you're mastering the mid-range control. Remember that, mid-range control. Pressure them with the staff, chip away at their health. Even if they block these lightning shots, you're gonna chip away. Solid chip damage. So again, even if they block, it's gonna chip away a lot of damage. So again, bonus damage every time. Plant the staff often. Here, plant the wrong location. Remember, you could always bring it back. Learn to space it out. Learn when you have to plant it in front, and learn when it benefits you to plant it right behind them. Catch them slipping. Remember, the lightning will reflect. Right there. So use that as an advantage. They can try to neutral duck. They will not be able to. You can still fire out the lightning. And remember that you can sometimes play mind games by planting the staff close to yourself, but then still make them think, not make them realize that they can still get caught. Plant it over here up in front, they might think, oh, I'm safe, but no. You can still throw a lightning out whenever you want and wherever you want. Always keep that in mind. Again, keep them staggered, keep them chipped away. Chip away at their health with lightning. Use your bread and butter. Pressure with the staff. Far away. Long distance. Look at that distance. Remember, long distance. Remember, sweep distance. Boom. Sweep. Puts you in perfect position. Sweep. Sweep. Bam. Sweep. Perfect distance. Remember, control this distance right here. The mid-range for Raiden. And that's universal for all Raidens. Where Thunder Wave, Raiden, but especially for Raiden and Truth and Light, because you have no teleport. You have to control. Learn your spacing. Learn your spacing really well. Learn when to go in and out. When to punish long distance. When to step back. Right? Psych him out. Throw a little hit out there. Sometimes make him want to whiff. Throw this out too because down back 2 is a fantastic tool. It has great recovery. So sometimes I bait it out on purpose. And then attack. Sometimes I'll throw it out, make them think, oh shit, I fucked up, and then boom. Right? So again, bait it out, boom, recovery. Bait it out. That about wraps it up. In conclusion, I'm gonna go ahead and show some Raiden matches, so that way you guys could get an idea of how it looks like in the middle of, you know, under pressure, in the middle of the action against a wide variety of different players. So I'll have some matches on this one, and then I'll have some more matches coming up. I'll record those pretty soon. So yeah. Oh yeah, and one last thing before I go is I want to give a special shout out to the online extended family from MK11. I've had a blast playing different matches, competitive matches with these guys, and they run great channels of their own, each of them. So I'm going to go ahead and put a description of each of their channels in the little description there. When you guys get a chance, I really recommend you check it out. We all work hard to build up the MK11 community, keeping it strong, regardless of whether any free feature updates will be coming out. You know, I'll still be playing this game for a good while. So check out Severe Outcome's channel. Severe Outcome, he runs a stream every Friday. King of the Hill, great Fujin player. Plenty of different variety of players on there. We all have a blast. So I'll talk a lot of trash. Really fun stuff. Check out my buddy Nocturnal. He has a great rating of his own. He plays Thunderwave. He was nice enough to actually feature me in one of his previous videos. Shout out to J-Rock the House, who also has been streaming as a Kung Lao player. Just a great player as a whole. He has great spawn. Does a lot of funny ass videos. Check his channel out when you have a chance. He always updates his channel. He updates his channel way more than I do. So check out his channel when you have a chance. Special shout out to Andy Otam as well. Great Kodokan player. Great videos he puts on there. So yeah, shout out to all those guys. Mr. Wonderbread as well. So Mr. Wonderbread, another Raiden player. Yeah, so shout out to everybody that's building up the MK11 community. Let's keep it alive regardless of what happens in the future. So yeah, enjoy the fights, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Raiden. Special Forces Desert Command. Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight. Finish him. Round 1. Fight. Fight! Shang Tsung. Raiden. Shaolin Trap Dungeon. Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight.
Everyone has a path.
Final round. Fight. Finish him! Fight.